We are up to our ears in wood chips. They have dropped off so many wood chips, these tree companies, and I don't know what I'm going to do with them all at this point. So I had to put up this little barrier here, put up a couple signs, says no longer accepting wood chips, and at least until further notice, until some of these can decompose and then we can start to use them a little bit and I can start to make some room. But we're going to have some events here this spring and into the summer, and I need room for parking, and I can't have this entire lot up here full of wood chips, so I've got to cut it off. But today I'm here at the property because I need to go do some other work, but I wanted to put this up to prevent any more drops, because all this stuff that you see out here, with the exception of that pile right there, this one over here, and then those 1, 2, 3, 4 that are over there, were all dropped within this last week. And prior to that, when we had all the ice storms several weeks ago, there was like 4 or 5 or 6 other truckloads that were dropped, and I've got a mountain of wood chips now. So anyway, today I'm out here because I need to do some liming and some fertilizing. We're going to get some rain in the next 24-48 hours, so I want to get it all down, and seems like the warm weather is here to stay. Winter is officially over, so I need to go and get that stuff done. So follow along, it's going to be a fun one. Let me tell you a little bit about what we're trying to do today. I have this CalTurf Pro lime here. This is based on our soil test results that we actually got from 2 years ago when we first started. We realized in those soil tests that we had really high magnesium and really low calcium, and at that time we should have done more to address that calcium level, but we weren't advised to do that at the time by our extension agent. I'm not blaming anyone, that's just how it happened. And we've done another soil test, but I actually don't yet have the results back. But we've had a lot of tree losses, and we want to try to get out ahead of it. So I'm going to do a light application of this now. This stuff's quite expensive. It's like $14 a bag, so that's even with like a bulk discount price. So I'm not doing a lot of this, but I wanted to get some down here in the early season so it has a little bit of time to work in, and then we're going to get our soil test results back, and then we'll just make up the difference of what the latest results recommend and what we're doing here currently. But that's what we're doing. And then I also have some 10-10-10, and I also have some super triple phosphate that I'm going to mix in, and then we're going to hand spread that around each of our trees. So we're going to go ahead and knock this out first. And I think I only have 10 bags of this, and I'm only doing it on certain rows with the canane firs and the concolor firs that really need it. And then all of the small trees, for the most part, are going to get the fertilizer. Alright, so we'll see how this spreader does. I used this spreader only once before, so I don't really know what setting to open that gate up at to get a good application. But we're going to go down these rows that have our oldest concolors first, and then we're going to move down into our oldest cananes, and that's where we're going to put the bulk of this lime down. And then I also have a newer field up there where we're going to try a little bit of it. Next up, we just got some 1010 in the bucket there, and we're just going to apply this by hand around each of the trees. After about an hour and a half of riding around on the four-wheeler, got all this done. A couple thousand trees, got a little sprinkle of fertilizer. And like I mentioned before, this is kind of just a guess for us at this point. Our soil tests were delayed, and hopefully they come in here soon and we can have a little bit more clarity on what our treatment should be. But I wanted to get this done before these rains came, before the warm weather set in. So I'm confident, based on our previous results, that what I put down was completely safe and certainly not too much. And pretty soon we're going to be getting those new results in, and we'll have to come up with a new game plan with those. I know the calcium being really low was something that that we saw on our last soil test that we want to do something with. So I applied that high calcium lime on some of the trees here today. I don't want to raise the pH too much, so I only applied it on the trees that I know could handle a pH slightly higher. When we did our soil test last time, our pH was pretty much right on the money for most of our trees, though I did learn after the fact, just recently, that the concolor firs like a pH around 6.5 or so, and none of our soil was that high. So I made sure to apply some of this lime on our concolors. And then our other firs, you know, we have Canadian firs are the only other firs here, and around 6.0 for a pH for them is about right. And all of our soil tests previously came back at either a 5.8 or 6.0. So like I said, we're pretty much right on the money. So I really planted or dropped that CalTurf Pro lime because it's like 35% calcium and has very little magnesium in it. The other thing I know I can look into is getting gypsum. I don't have a source for that yet, but if that needs to be a thing that we look into, then that'll be coming up on a future video. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you got any questions, leave those below, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.